Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. We're excited for today's video. It's Thursday, and sometimes on Thursdays I do Thursdays Thirsty Thoughts, where I try to come up with a topic that will get some engagement going in the comment section. And today, it was funny. If you watch my review of this, it was posted the day before. This is Revolution's Right Way to Heaven. I was doing a bunch of projects. And I mentioned in that video that I still have some stuff to do, and I'm filming this video literally right after I did that review. But the stuff I have to do is like cut up some, vegetables and things like that, make dinner, like nothing too crazy. But earlier when I was reglazing windows, I got thinking about how like a decent number of people I know, whether it's mowing the lawn, yard work, a project like that, will have a beer or two. And I don't do that much, mostly because alcohol just makes me so tired anymore. Like 4 years ago, it was 4 years ago when we were doing some stuff at my old house before I moved here to the capital region of New York. There were times I was like painting or whatever, and I think I'd done like a treehouse run. I remember like drinking like maybe a couple of treehouse IPAs as I was doing some painting projects and things. But anymore, I don't. You've already seen it in the title, but basically it got me thinking like, what do you like to do while drinking a beer? Like, what's your favorite activity? So like, there's food pairings, obviously with beer, but like, what's your like favorite activity pairing? So for example, are you someone who like, you're like, I want low ABV Pilsners, Pale Ales, and I want to be outside playing yard games, or I want something, low ABV, and I want to be on a boat or a jet ski or on water at a beach or whatever. Or are you like, no, I want a fire going in the fireplace, maybe a movie on, maybe not, and I want a big boozy beer that I'm just sipping on and kind of enjoying a cold night in front of the fire. Or maybe you're like a vinyl head and you're like, I like to pour a beer that's going to take me a little bit to get through. I pour it, I put the vinyl on, I start sipping it as I listen to some music, reading a book. What is it? Let's do it that way. What's your favorite thing to do while drinking beer? But if you do have like a couple of things like I was just suggesting, let me know in the comment section below. So as I've said many times on this channel, the vast majority of the beer I drink is on camera, and I typically do it either before I start cooking dinner or after I eat dinner. So a beer like this, I'll probably pour the rest of it, and I'll actually probably put a little thing on top, put it in the refrigerator while I cook dinner, eat dinner, then I'll come back to it and kind of like drink it as dessert, which sometimes when I do this before dinner and like a big beer like this and do that, or a lower ABV beer that I'm drinking after dinner, because I kind of want to start drinking a little bit earlier in the evening is why I'm kind of talking about the time of when I start. So I want to drink a little bit of this earlier before, instead of drinking all 15% of it starting at 7 o'clock. But my wife and I are in a really big habit of at 7 o'clock watching Wheel of Fortune and then 7:30 watching Jeopardy. So just like the nice quality time my wife and I have where I'm like drinking, whether it's finishing, well usually it's finishing because I reviewed it, started the beer in the review, has become one of my favorite things to do while drinking a beer is watching those two shows and trying to play along and see who can win between my wife and I. I do love drinking a beer while like at the beach or in front of some water, but I think if I had to pick just one, it's what I just described with Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. I love reading. I don't usually like be like, okay, I'm gonna crack open a beer and then crack open a book. I love listening to music, but the same thing. But I know there are people who do those things, so again I want to hear from you in the comment section below. So yes, for this week's Thursday's Thirsty Thoughts, we're not doing a food pairing with beer. We're doing an activity pairing with beer. What is your favorite or more than one thing that you like to do while drinking a beer? Comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. I'm trying to bring these back. I'm trying to think of good topics that people will interact with. And that's this week's topic, so let me know. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and on Tapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. Say that better next time. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.